Welcome to the Panic Button. I'm Nina.
I'm graying at 26.
So I found another trans comedian who's unfunny, and we're going to react to it. Are you ready? Everyone's ready. Look how happy she is to watch this. Happy, happy, joy, joy.
I just miss when the world was normal.
Me too. The 90s. Peter. Here we go.
It's so weird to be going through this deeply personal question whilst you're constantly being dissected like a frog in the public eye. Like, all the time, trans people, trans women in sports. You heard about this? Oh. I've got a controversial opinion on trans women in sports. I think trans women in sports are a conspiracy by the sports lobby to trick trans people into caring about sports. I thought the whole point of becoming queer was I'd never have to talk about football again. You tricked me somehow! You and Lineker, you... He's deep state, he's in the pocket of Big Chris. They really think they've got us nailed on sports. Oh, look at these trans women, they're so good at throwing, they've got an unfair physical advantage. I thought the whole point of sports was someone has an unfair physical advantage. No, it's not my scene, but is it someone's born with good knees and then they win, right? If I'm in a race with Usain Bolt, I'm not standing there like, well, this isn't fair, he can run faster than me. That's sports! One person wins! 99% of professional sports players are losers for a living, and I don't care who hears me say it. Also, it's not just a gendered thing, because believe me, if I started playing women's rugby, those women would snap my spine. The subtext of these arguments when it comes to trans women is always the same. Men are pretending to be women in order to invade female-only spaces. Sports, prisons, toilets, lush. Always the same. And don't get me wrong, I think you're naive if you believe there are no bad actors in society, especially when it comes to a rush on bath bombs. But the insistence of these people on this image creates a false picture which leads to a dangerous narrative which fuels a hostile environment. As if it weren't already hard enough for queers in this country to use public restrooms. We have our dungarees on. We're imprisoned in complex jumpsuits. We have zips when those...
Do you get any of this?
Yes, but no. It's that weird, like, my point is this, but I'm going to say some what I think are jokes to make you laugh at my point, right?
Half of it I couldn't understand as well. Like, he said something lush?
I didn't catch that.
Lush something?
I didn't catch that.
Right, yeah.
I heard
maybe
him
someone in
mention...
the comments can translate that
I have
for
no
me.
idea what the context was of it. I heard him mention that, like, this is a way to get trans people to, like, be tricked into caring about sports, which, like... kind of funny. I'll give him that much. But at the same time, it's not because there's actual trans people in sports actively doing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
he
it's
said
not.
like 90% of people who play sports are losers. So like, what does it matter?
It also is like, oh, well, they're stronger than me anyways. They're the exception. Yeah, but they're all male or all female exceptions, not mixed gender exceptions. Different abilities for different sexes, in my opinion. But, you know... what else did he mention? He mentioned, it's really that, like, I want to make a political statement, so I'm going to try and pretend it's funny. But you're not making good jokes to make your political statement. And also, isn't the political statement supposed to be, like, the wrap-up at the end? Like
Maybe.
Like a quick little, like, 1-minute summary. This is, like, every joke it's interjecting the political point, the political point, the political point.
You know what else, though?
It draws you out of the joke when you keep repeating the political line. It doesn't make the whole thing funny. It makes it all preachy. Continue. You know what else?
I was going to say, if he spoke a little bit more clear, maybe I could understand half of the jokes he was saying, but he's kind of mush-mouth, you know, where he's talking so fast, but the accent's so thick, and he kind of glazes over certain words, and I just don't know what those words are because of how he speaks. It has nothing to do with the accent, because I've heard a lot of different comedians who have thick accents like that, and I can understand them perfectly clear. But this guy I can't understand half the time.
Yeah, there's something very unfunny about what's going on here.
To say the least. Were you going to say something else?
Yes. He said something about how it's hard for queer people to go to the bathroom. Personally, I've never had an issue going into the women's bathroom because I'm a woman who looks like a woman. Now, if you're a woman who looks like a man or a man who looks like a woman, there might be different situations. But as a queer, by what you guys label it, person, I don't have any issues going to the bathroom.
And what did dungarees have to do with anything?
He's trying to say that we shouldn't be scared because his pants are on, but they come off when you're in the bathroom. That's the whole point.
Well, for men, they don't. They stand peeing. So,
but hypothetically, they wouldn't if they were trying to be a woman, right?
Right. They would be wearing a dress like he's wearing. So
and
they
therefore,
wouldn't be wearing dungarees, right?
Exactly.
So I don't.
No fly to open.
Yeah. You'd be lifting. Ew. I don't even want to go there.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about that.
I know.
Zips should be. We need time. We need space. That's why I became trans, to infiltrate the female loos. It is. Are you kidding? Have you been in there? Everyone gets a private booth. Like there's a sofa. You can bring a friend. It's cushy. Swanky. It's softly lit. Don't send me back to the mess hall. Men sloshing their effluvia into the communal gutter like dogs. I want the rarefied salon life. Ladies discussing politics on the sofa whilst waiting for a booth to come free. The toilets are confusing. I get it. Like, I love turning up to a gig dressed like this, asking the duty manager where the toilets are, and then they clock me halfway through. Like, toilets, mate? Yeah, they're through that door there.
No, they didn't clock you halfway through, buddy. They clocked you immediately. Most women, damn near all women, can clock you a mile away. It's just that a lot of women will lie to your face because they don't want to hurt your feelings or make you mad.
And men, especially, you said you're showing up for gigs like this. Do you think they want to start problems with the person who's performing? No.
Right.
They just want to tell you where the bathrooms are so they can move on with their lives.
Yeah.
Also, most of the time, if you're performing at a legit set, performers have their own bathrooms. So sorry that you're not big enough to get pointed out to your own bathroom.
Or they have a green room.
Therefore eliminating this question. But it's usually not. It's just to not start drama.
Yeah.
All through there, and then you either go along a long corridor or down some stairs, take a left, turn right, you'll see one of two doors. Based on how the symbols on that door makes you feel that's where you should do your business. That's too much! I think that's why gender-neutral toilets are quite good. I do think we've still got some way to go. I believe we do still need segregated toilets in this country. One gender-neutral toilet and one toilet for people who don't know how to sit down when they pee. Some sort of UV-lit wet room for those freaks. And then just let the piss...
What? Don't know how to sit down to pee. I don't get it. What?
I guess that they make messes. I don't know. I don't often frequent men's bathrooms.
No, do I? Is he talking about men's bathrooms or women's bathrooms?
It's been 7 years since I've lived with a man. So I don't know what they do in the bathroom.
Is he referring to women's bathrooms or men's bathrooms?
I'd assume that it's men's bathrooms because every woman I've ever met knows how to sit down and pee.
Even men know how to sit down to pee, so I don't get it.
I'm assuming that some men don't, based on this commentary.
I thought all men just knew.
Actually, no. I specifically had an encounter once at a job I had where a guy got fired because he kept pissing on the floor and not cleaning it up.
Well, that's just bad aim.
Still, he obviously didn't know how to stand and or sit.
Well, he was definitely not sitting to pee.
But if he was, wow.
But if he was, then he was intentionally trying to pee upward.
Like I said, apparently it's an issue.
That's news to every woman.
I don't think it is. We've been scared of the men's bathroom for a reason. We know it's probably not good in there. Women's bathrooms aren't inherently clean, but they're slightly better than men's from what I've gathered.
Yes.
For where it may. But otherwise, I think they're fine. And I don't get why, hack comedians hate them so much, taken to the airwaves to express their opprobrium at the gender-neutral toilet brigade. I thought hack comedians would love gender-neutral toilets. Haven't they always wanted to know what women are doing in there? Why do women spend so long in the toilets? Why do they always go to the toilets into? What are they doing in the toilet? Shopping! Sir, you may now go in and find out for yourself.
I understand. What does hack comedians have to do with not knowing what women do in the bathrooms? Where's the joke?
I think the joke is that we should all know that we just go to the bathroom in the bathroom
But what do hack comedians have to do with, like, hack comedians
Like
all
that.
want to know what women do in the bathroom? It's pretty simple. We go in and pee. We don't, like, really
I think this is
talk
what he
much.
thinks the problem is. Like, he thinks this is what people think when they have an issue with bathrooms, like the trans bathroom debate.
Okay, so he's just in a bubble.
Yeah.
Not listening to actual people.
No, this is just what he thinks people feel.
Retarded.
That's what happens when you make jokes, but you never listen to the other side. At least if you listen to the other side, you can understand where the comedy is.
Well, I don't think he wants an audience that is on the other side. I think he wants an audience that's on his side only.
I just want to mention Whitney Cummings' New Year's Eve
Yeah.
roast. And I think we should pop that in after this. So you can really see how you can attack the left and the right and still be fun.
That's
But the
NBC.
thing-
I can't.
Well,
Demonetized.
Fair. But if you saw Whitney Cummings' New Year's Eve comedy,
She was just
roast,
going one after the
it was,
other
It was
after the
boom,
other.
boom, boom. But none of it was all left and none of it was all right.
Yeah.
It was a very diverse mix of jokes. And she popped that shit off. And people can say women aren't funny, but man, was she topical and man, was she on point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was. Now she has a child, though. And you remember what she said about having a child?
It changes you. Makes
Kind
you
of
more-
changed her opinion on a few things.
And that I just want to bring that up because comedy is not inherently left or right. You can still make your point without constantly bringing it up like a sob story. Like, oh, well, we could do this, we could do that. You can just criticize. You don't have to be like, oh, woe is us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but after a while,
Don't you get sick of it?
don't you get sick of talking about trans all the time and making jokes about trans?
Right?
Don't you ever, like, make jokes about other things?
Don't you realize that if that's 1% of the population, you're not really gonna like succeed in popularity because it'll be limited to 1% of the population who sees themselves in you?
In one topic.
And one topic, which is also 1% of the population. Not everyone has a trans friend.
That's true.
Not everyone relates to trans stuff.
That's true.
In a really small town, there's very little trans people.
That's also true.
I'm just saying.
Although I suspect the answer is standing as long as possible away from you.
Okay, so apparently he won the award for Best Comedy Show at the Edinburgh Fringe. He won,
It must have been
For
a bad set. I'm sorry.
or the other comics were horrible.
Talk about a guilt trip to win.
Yeah, that's a DEI win. That's a
Pity
that's a-
me, poor me,
that's a
give
pity
me
win.
win. Mhm.
That's a pity win all
It's
day.
when you give the girl who died in a car accident prom queen.
Oh
She was drunk driving. We pretend we don't know.
So what do you guys think? Could you understand him? Did you get any of the jokes that we didn't get? Was he funny?
So I don't know what a lush is, but I've sold vapes for years, and I know lush usually means watermelon, so I have no idea what the fuck the context of this is.
I thought Lush was like a drunk.
I only know vapes.
Well, there you go. We don't know. Maybe you'll tell us and enlighten us. Like and subscribe, everybody. Join our memberships. Comment below. Hit the bell.
Comment
we'll see
below.
you in the next one.
Comment below.
Below.
Darling,